ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Frantic Nerdcast, episode 66. I am AJ, and with me, as always, is
Brock
and Zach.
That's the first time we've done that in a long time, and it went swimmingly.
Surprisingly,
I know. I'm very proud of us.
I'm very proud of us. This is the smoothest entry to a show that we've had in quite a while.
It's almost like we prepared.
I don't think we've ever prepared in our lives. So to start things off today, I want to talk about a little TV series that I just finished. We talked about it a couple episodes ago, and that is The Devil's Plan.
Oh, yep. I still haven't started it.
It's firmly on my to-watch list. We just finished
I'm not going to ruin it for you because literally the last episode did just come out on Tuesday. But
very good.
No, that wasn't a good sign.
This season, it seems like they focused a lot more on the arguments and the drama than the first season felt a lot more about the games and like the interactions in the game. This one just felt a lot more about, they formed an alliance. We've got to form an alliance and stuff. And it was just,
whereas the previous one, there was like a lot of balance between that.
And the last couple of games I found were a bit lackluster.
Yeah, okay.
As compared to the first season's sort of games. Like the first few games are really good, but the last couple of games are a little lackluster.
Because I was going to say, when you were talking about it the other week, you had said it was doing pretty fucking good. Like you were enjoying it.
I did really enjoy it, but it
Fell
just
off.
wasn't as good as the first season. And also I think it didn't help that I didn't like the people that got into the finals as well, which always doesn't help.
Oh, you had your favorites, your attachments.
It's just... It was just
I know what you mean.
because of how much they drilled on the whole outside of the games aspects of the episodes. It just made me not really care about any of the competitors.
Sure.
Because they were just constantly bitching and stuff.
I get that too, though. So like Lisa and I were binging Taskmaster like seasons, trying to catch up, and we got to, I can't remember what season we're up to, like 14 or 15 or something, and we just stalled, not because the games weren't good, it's just we didn't enjoy the characters. Like I didn't really find any of them particularly funny or annoying. They were just meh.
Yeah, some of the seasons I've always been with Taskmaster, I'm like, I don't really
usually as long as I've got one character, I can sort of like, I know, like either I know who he is or like, they've surprised me a bit. I don't mind it. But yeah, this season it was about meh.
Yeah, we found that a little bit with the last one, laughing shows, where we went.
I did
a round
not
of
rate
them.
that show at all.
It's got so much
enjoyed
hype around it. Like I was trying to convince Lisa to watch it because everyone's saying it's the best thing yet, and like,
look, the hype that it's getting, it's not deserved.
I didn't enjoy it in the sligest bit.
Is that the British one you've watched?
I've watched a few of them now.
So apparently the British one is by far the best, again, they say, but I haven't watched it.
British one was good. I enjoyed it. The Australian one was good. I enjoyed it. There was the Canadian one we watched. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. We started watching the South African one. It was okay, but not as good. But you can see like the different humor types that come through each sort of culture, which is pretty funny. But, I mean, look, they're watchable. They're good. Some of the things that are in there are pretty funny. Like I enjoyed them, but the hype, no, it does not deserve the hype.
Not in the slightest bit. I didn't enjoy it at all. So Devil's Plan, it's enjoyable.
Yep.
It's like great games, but it sort of lost towards the end there. But some of the games in the first half are really entertaining.
I might watch
games.
the second half first and then watch the first half. Bring it home.
And so you said it was dubbed?
It's dubbed, yeah.
So like, are they speaking English or is it just dubbed over the top?
So it's Korean dubbed with English over the top.
Good.
Yeah. That, and I also watched Bet.
I showed this to Lisa today to see if she wanted to watch it.
So we've talked about this previously in an episode. This is the American adaptation of Kakaguri. And when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, no. And like just watching them like, we're going to make this person look goth, therefore they're anime and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just, and I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. And I watched it and fuck me, it was good.
Excellent. I'll take that recommendation straight to Lisa.
I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it as much as the Japanese live adaptation.
Sure.
But they're very different shows.
Yeah, okay.
This one didn't lean as heavily into the psychopathic gambler kind of aspect as the anime and the live action does, with over the top, like giddy and almost having an orgasm whilst playing cards kind of thing. But they every now and then the main character does like a little while she's gambling, like wide eyed, like kind of thing and stuff. But it had a lot of backstory in it, and you could tell they condensed a lot down.
Yep.
Like a lot of like some of the games like that in the anime went for 5 episodes were like a minute.
Yeah, okay.
In this kind of thing, and they changed a couple of the characters. Like I think they melded 2 characters from memory together. But it was enjoyable. Like, and I'm looking forward to a second season.
It's the concept of the show from when you've explained it before is interesting. So I'm interested to watch it. And the fact you said it's not bad, I'll definitely watch it.
I was wanting to not like it, just because I knew in my head I'm like, this is going to be shit. And I put the first episode on and I went, it's fucking good. And the main character they got, the main actress, she's fucking fantastic. Like, she is the character from the anime.
Okay. Is she in anything else, or?
I'm not sure. I think she's Canadian, I think. But I think they're all Canadian. Most of the actors in it are Canadian. But I haven't seen her. I haven't seen any of them in it before. And even the main villain, who I thought I was going to hate because she looks nothing like the character from the anime or the manga, besides the fact that she has blue lipstick. But she was great.
Fantastic.
It was all really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. Bet on Netflix.
Well, I know what will be on our TV screens either Friday or Saturday, depending on when it's released in Australia. Is definitely Clarkson's Farm Season 4. It's out this weekend.
Oh, really? Is
it? It's out this weekend. So it should be out this weekend, and then I think it's like a week for part 2 and then another week for part 3, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, at least it's not a week to week kind of thing. But yeah.
But yeah, I think it's like 3 episodes per chunk or something like that. So yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing what crazy animal he's trying to bring onto his farm this time and make money off it.
I still haven't watched much. I started it. I've only got about 15 minutes in and got distracted by something else.
So I think it was the last season he had pigs, and like he actually ended up like working with the manufacturer and designing like this pig halo, because the mother pig would effectively squash and kill the piglets in the middle of the night. So they're like, why don't we just put like a ring or something in there so mum can lay down and the pigs have got a bit of safety? And they're like, that's a fucking fantastic idea. And so you end up like helping to patent some new product for it. So,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And yet he's still not allowed to have shit on his farm just via the fucking local council, being fuckwits.
It just goes to show councils are fucked.
Yeah, no matter where you go in the world, councils are fucked.
What have I been? I finished Andor. I fucking loved it. I absolutely fucking loved that show. I know I mentioned it the other week, how there was stuff like you have a few episodes, fucking nothing happened, but it drew you in and everything. Absolutely fucking loved it. The last episode tied in so nicely to Rogue One, like wrapped up what it needed to, set up the transition into Rogue One, the movie. There was like the ending, like the last probably 2 minutes, I thought it was fucking fantastic. I don't know, like it caught me off guard that I actually fucking got emotional about it. It was weird the way that it finished. Just the way that they sort of had Cassian tying up his piece so that he could go off onto the ship, ready to go off to his next piece. Then they threw in about his partner, and I won't say much more if you're gonna go and watch it.
But
okay, fair
not
enough.
anytime soon. Anyway,
I'll just ruin it for anybody who hasn't watched it.
Spoilers. Do we have a spoilers warning thing? I don't know if we do.
You've got rid of it, which I don't know why. It's our most commonly used one.
Well, spoilers. Yeah, so like it's not that big of one, but anywho, it's his partner who's Bix through the show. She sort of left through one of the portions, the previous one to the last, because as they did it, every 3 episodes was a year apart, sorry. And she left, so they'd been apart for about 12 months, and she had a kid with her. And the way that they drew out the fact that she had the kid sort of put into context about Andor going off to do his current mission without actually knowing or seeing that he had the kid who is now growing up, and then knowing that he's going off to Rogue One where he dies. So it was kind of like really...
I mean, he doesn't know he dies.
No, he doesn't, but everybody else does. So the way that... Like, he doesn't even know he's got a kid.
Imagine if he did die, he was going to die.
But that's what I mean, like the way it was done, because they don't see each other.
You two are having a different conversation here.
We are. Like,
you're talking about him not knowing he's dying. You're talking about him not knowing he has a kid.
Not knowing he has a kid.
2 different things.
Same thing.
Yeah, and just I found the way that it was done. It put a really, really nice bow on the show, and I fucking loved it.
Well, I saw a meme that told me it was fantastic. They're like, why is all these Andor now getting all these stupid side Star Wars movies? Like,
yeah,
blaming the Star Wars is not very good compared to Andor. So it must be good.
Yeah, it is good. It was one of the first shows or TV shows or something along those lines that got 5 back-to-back
Yeah.
above 9.
9.5 or something.
IMDb ratings, I think it was. Yeah, about 9.5, 6, 7 around there for its ratings.
I'm so glad we've stopped fucking giving a flying fuck about Rotten Tomatoes. And I'm glad
it's pretty entertaining,
IMDb is coming back.
Still there.
I know, but it doesn't mean anything, but people think it does.
Yeah, but to be fair, none of them do.
I just usually love, like, whenever back in the day when on the Today Show, whatever, old mate would get up and give his reviews of the movies and be like, "This movie's 2 stars." I'm like, "That's a 5-star movie to me, mate."
Yeah.
Like, 'cause they're the movies I enjoy. The ones you like, I don't.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you're exactly right. It's personal preference.
Yeah.
That's it. And well, speaking of movies, I did watch a movie, and it's a movie I'd been waiting eagerly to see.
Ash?
No, I still have not finished watching that movie. Sinners.
Yep. Okay.
It's
Michael B. Jordan.
Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan's movie.
Yep.
It's set in the, I think it's just
Pre-Civil War? Pre-American Civil War?
no, no, I believe the war's just happened because they're ex-soldiers, but it's Prohibition ending.
Okay. Yep.
Kind of thing. So essentially, Michael B. Jordan plays twin brothers who move back to their hometown from helping out one of the gangsters. I can't remember which one it was in San Fran or something like that. And they buy a old barn off a white dude, and they make it like a blues place, and
Blues barn.
yeah, and essentially like they get all these people to come. People turn up. Vampires, shit happens.
This movie's nothing to what I thought it was going to be about after I watched the trailer. Like,
I thought it was going to go... So I haven't seen it yet. I did know that it was vampires and whatnot. I thought it was going to go down the route of being a little more ghostly and like spirity and that type of stuff.
I had no idea this was going to be anything supernaturally. I thought it was going to be like him coming back and like has to do like some sort of like race stuff, and like the church was doing something wrong, and he uncovers this and all that sort of stuff.
It does touch on race. Mainly because like when they're buying the barn off this white guy, they show him the money. Is like, if you or your clan mates turn up here, we'll blow you up as soon as you set foot on our land and stuff like that. And then while they got the juke joint happening, three white folks turn up and try and get in, and they're like, "No, we're not going to let you in," kind of thing and stuff like that. And one of them
ensues.
One of them ends up being the vampire kind of thing, and It went for just over 2 hours. An hour and 10 minutes of that is the setup.
Okay.
It drawn out setup, man. Like the good part of the movie is the arse end where all the vampire shit happens, but they drag it out. As
soon as you said it was 2 hours, I was like, he's either going to go this didn't overstay its welcome, or it was too fucking slow.
No, it overstayed as well. Like the end of the movie is great. It is fantastic, but it's just kind of like he wanted to make a different movie, and then at the end he's gone, "Oh, we should introduce vampires as an allegory for race wars," kind of thing. And like it worked.
Kind of.
It really did work, but
it could have been a 90-minute movie.
Yeah, it did not need all the stuff at the start, like all the setup. Like,
so was it trying to, I don't know, in your opinion, was it trying to build like anticipation for the vampire type thing, like just getting you on the edge of like what's going to happen, what's next?
You had one brother, and you had his relationship from when they used to live there. You had another brother and his relationship when they used to live there. And then so they were kind of explaining what happened with both of them. And then there's a young kid who's their cousin, who's a blues guitarist. His dad's a preacher.
Well, there's an hour and 20 minutes in itself.
Then you've got another guy that they pick up who like is the security guard thing. But then you've got another guy who's a blues player who's teaching the young guy to be a blues player. There's just a lot,
right?
And it's just,
I'm still going to go give it a watch.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good movie. It's very pretty done. Very like acting is fantastic in it. Characters that I thought were going to be in it for longer weren't in it for as long as I thought they were going to be, or they should have been in it more. And like it's very music heavy.
Yeah, okay.
Like there's parts of it's like that's a film clip.
Yeah, sure.
Like it's literally a film. There's a really good part with all the vampires and stuff, and the main vampire's Irish. And he does like
straight from
Irish jig kind of song.
Yep.
And like him and all the vampires are singing the Irish jig and stuff, and he's in the middle doing river dance and stuff. And it's great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's just really weird having a 3.5 minute music scene in the middle of a movie.
Sure. Yeah, considering it seemed like, from the trailer, it seemed to be like a bit more darker and like sinister sort of vibe and undertone to the movie. So,
so it was enjoyable. I highly recommend people go and see it. But yeah,
is it kind of like the old school? Like, because the more I've heard about it, it reeks of From Dusk Till Dawn.
That's what I thought when I started watching it. But From Dusk Till Dawn, like 20 minutes in, and the lawnmower started, and it's chopping some motherfuckers up. Yeah. This one, like it's not like till an hour and 10 minutes, and 20 minutes till stuff actually starts happening.
You've got to earn that, bro.
Yeah. Like it's Tarantino didn't write this.
Fair enough.
It's good. The vampire, I like the way they did the vampires. It's very stereotypical vampire lore. Okay. Watching it, I did get
it works.
I got feel like the American Vampires, the comic book. I got a lot of that vibe to it.
Sure.
Kind of, I think just because they're based in the very similar eras and stuff, I did get some of that vibe to it.
Well, there you go. I wonder if Stephen King was involved creatively.
I highly doubt it. But it was enjoyable. Okay. I probably 6 packs.
Oh yeah,
I'd say
that's a few packs.
Yeah, it's definitely watchable. I'll watch it again, but not in a hurry.
Sure.
Well, I have almost finished watching Free Ren, which is definitely an anime I think you and Shan should watch. I think Shan would actually quite enjoy this one. But yeah, as I said before, it's a bit like Slice of Lifey with old love Free Ren, who turns out to be a super powerful mage the further you go into it. And yeah, like it's her going on, understanding like humans and their emotions and like their grasp on time in particular. Where, as I said before, she will...
did you talk about this last week?
Yeah, not last week, a few weeks ago. But so she sort of... will happily sit in one place for 10 years looking for something, and her human like companion's like, oh no, we got to move. But the further I get into it, like it's juxtaposed with like a few action scenes which just drop the fucking bomb. Like she goes one thing, these demons turn up and like acting like demons, all cocky and shit, and she just annihilates the fuck out of them in some of the like more unique ways too, of like dropping that sort of illusion of I'm not actually as weak as you think I am. And like the way they did it was really well fucking done.
I think I've seen a few like snippets or reels on Instagram with some of the things in it.
Yeah, this is one that was up there with the Apothecary Diaries, which those were the two animes that came out towards the end of last year and the start of this year where they were getting a lot of the hype. And this one's a bit more less actiony than Apothecary. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like it's a completely different tone to the anime I normally watch, like Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, where it's just action, and always that power creep throughout. Where this one, it's just been smooth, entertaining, relaxing to watch sort of thing, and a few moments of good action that just keep you entertained.
Well, that's the thing. If you balance it out, if like you get like a good story and whatnot that can have those bits of action thrown into it. I mean, that story and that drama around the story adds to the action scene when it happens, and if you break them up and whatnot, like it really works. So.
Yeah, and so the character dynamic between the crew, like they've just they keep recruiting a few more people as they go along, and sort of to mirror her original party from back in the like 80 years ago now. And yeah, it's quite good, and they show you the timeline every now and then, so it's like 83 years after this or whatever. So you're keeping in touch with the timeline, and it shows like because she hasn't aged a day, and everyone else is obviously aging and getting more powerful as it goes on. But yeah, definitely worth a watch. Only about 28 episodes, so
nice. Like have a gander. Tell you what, I did see some Disney movie news recently.
Yes.
Yeah, the old Lilo and Stitch is coming out. The live action, it's coming through.
Yeah,
some people
probably
are pretty
the last
excited
one we'll get for a long time.
Probably for a very fucking long time.
Some issues at the moment.
There was a big issue that came out during the week. Apparently, the big fucking Captain Gantu, whatever his name is, isn't in it. He's one of the fucking main protagonists through the whole antagonists through the whole bloody movie.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently he's not in it.
Why do they do this?
I don't know. Like
it's all right. They'll just CGI him in. It's fine.
But the thing is, they've had so much. Like this is the one movie over the last several years that's actually gotten good hype. Like every other live action remake
ever since they released that teaser of Stitch.
I mean, The Lion King was shit. Mufasa was shit. Although that was original. Aladdin didn't get very good hype. Snow White didn't get very good hype. Like they didn't get very good hype, and none of them really landed.
Well, even so, they had the
Aladdin was probably one of the ones that was semi good. In my opinion,
Aladdin wasn't horrible, but it just wasn't.
It wasn't Aladdin.
But they even had hype with like the billboard posters. So they had the Thunderbolts posters, and then you had like Bucky going around ripping it off and putting New Avengers over the top.
Yeah.
And then one of the main ones, like a week after that, they then had a giant thing of Stitch popping through it. So you still got the Wheaties box in the background with the Stitch artwork coming through it. So
exactly,
they've done some good things to generate hype for it, and I think they did well. But yeah, it's weird not having him in the movie.
There's a reason the original was so sick. Like, people love it. If you're going to remake it, fucking remake it. Don't just be like, you know what? We're going to take some of the shit you loved and just not put it in the movie for the
It's
fun
one of
of
those things
it.
where like people get upset when they turn a book into a movie. You've got the book, follow the script. You
I
literally
don't
have
agree.
the movie.
No,
I
don't agree
know
with
you
that.
don't agree with
There
that.
are so many reasons why
I know
books
you
are
don't.
different to
I know.
movies.
We've
I know.
discussed this.
I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I'm just using it as an example of people
Do we
that
have
like
to bring
it.
up Wheel of Time? Do you have to bring up Wheel of Time in every episode and how
That's-
stupid people are?
That's you. Go
My
on. Go
God.
on. Point to the camera.
Fucking neckbeards.
But yeah, you've literally got the movie you just want to turn into live action. You don't need to make changes. Just make it live. That's all you have to do. Or, as they're doing now, go back to the shit that worked and go back to animations.
Okay. Now we're off ranting. Let's talk about some news that's been coming out in the last couple of weeks. We didn't get any news last week.
No.
My first one, I'm very excited about this one because it's Buffy news, and I'm a Buffy fan from way back.
I did see a bit about this.
So Ryan Kira Armstrong is going to be one of the new Slayers alongside Sarah Michelle Gellar in the new Buffy. She is the female lead Fern from Star Wars Skeleton Crew. She's the young girl that led, that was like kind of the boss leader one in Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I've only watched 2 episodes of that. So
that's probably one of my favorite Star Wars that's come out besides Ahsoka. I really enjoyed that one.
Well, I watched the first 2 episodes and like I walked into it knowing what it was directed at, and I couldn't like that's one that was made for kids.
Oh yeah, 100% for kids.
I just couldn't. I didn't get into it as much as I was as much as I thought I would.
All right, what do we got? Who else has got something? Come on, let's do this.
Solo Leveling 3 has been announced.
Oh,
yes.
Okay,
Season
look
3.
out.
Sorry, Solo Leveling Season 3.
That wasn't a long hiatus.
Yeah.
No, well, there was a part there where they didn't think they were going to get Season 3 just because it wasn't hitting as well in Japan and those places as it was in Western culture, and because they're bringing out the live-action adaptation of this already as well. So there was talks it wasn't going to go, but apparently the community rallied and it's coming.
There you go.
Cool. Very good. Kevin Bacon's The Bondsman. It's been cancelled.
Yeah, I lost interest in it.
I fucking
Is this out already?
Yeah,
it's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
fucking loved like the first 4 episodes. Smashed through them.
Yeah, I think that's about where I got to.
Forgot it was a thing.
Yeah, same.
As soon as I like smashed through them, like this is amazing. Love the concept. Love Kevin Bacon in it. Love the whole world building.
I mean,
that
it's
they were doing.
LAPD. What is it? The one that he was in where he was the baddie.
Yeah.
Ripped. RIPD.
Yeah.
It's
and,
that.
Yeah, and it was great. It was fucking great. But stopped watching. Forgot about it.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
And then I went, and then I seen that it was there again. Oh, I haven't finished that. And just kept going to other things. So I get why it's cancelled, but
Yeah. This one is fun. Some fun news. It's highly not going to happen. Denzel Washington might play MCU's Magneto.
Yeah, I seen that. I did say that.
I just like it says might play.
I have a feeling we spoke about this, but I can't remember. But Thor 5, apparently Chris Hemsworth doesn't want Taika Waititi to direct it.
Yeah,
he
that's
wants
correct.
old mate from Extraction to come and direct it, Sam Hargrave.
I think the old mate from Extraction, I think that's new, but yeah, it was definitely not a Waititi thing because he's done his bit. He did the same thing for 2 movies. It was good for the first run. The second one did
arguably,
not
I
land.
think he did it. He nailed it definitely with Ragnarok. And so Love and Thunder, it was just everything was gimmicky, jokey, and it just didn't work.
He went too far into it. He got excited with what happened in the first time and just lent
Pretty
way
much,
too
yeah.
heavy into it.
Yeah.
Goku voice actor passed out while dubbing Goku Super Saiyan J4 transformation.
I saw that today.
So I watched the
Is that the English or the Japanese voice actor?
The English voice actor. So yeah, when they were doing the dub for it, because the dub's like only just come out in the last like week or 2.
Yep.
Yeah, so he passed out while he was doing it. And you have a listen to it, you're like, yeah, okay, I get it.
That's good.
He
I like that.
fucking goes for it.
This one is funny to me. So this was just a post that came out. Axel Braun, he's a porn star. He posted about the Superman movie. It's got an image of Superman and Lex Luthor. And it says, sadly, it does look like a porn parody, just not one of mine. My movies were never this goofy. I had way better costumes. And most importantly, I always respected the source material because I cared.
Saw that. I chuckled.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Again, this is something I don't know where it fits anywhere, but Shredder is getting his own solo series, and it's going to be huge for the TMNT universe.
Yeah, no, it's not. No one's going to give a fuck.
It'd be interesting.
We don't care. He's not the turtle. He's not the turtle. The show's about the fucking turtles. Make it the turtles.
I'd give him a one-shot comic, but I mean, it depends on what they want to do. Like a one-shot comic, just about from that perspective, do it like. It can land. It can be a good story.
It's all because
I get
Penguin
what you're
was successful.
Well, not only that, like some of the Joker runs have been quite successful. You get some of the, like not from a TV perspective.
No, they're going to turn him into a fucking anti-hero. He's not an anti-hero. He's the fucking Shredder.
As long as...
I was kind of hyped for it, but that line you just said there, I don't want them to do that.
No, as long as they stay true to Shredder and do a comic about Shredder being fucking Shredder, fine. But if they, you said, if they take it into being...
comic? I thought this was a TV show.
No, I thought he said TV show.
Oh, did you say TV show?
Yeah, I thought it was a show.
Okay,
I just deleted it because I spoke about it, so I can't see it.
I went straight to the snippet that I seen, so that they were doing an adaptation of Shredder, but it didn't say what it was.
Oh, maybe it didn't say TV show. I think I just
assumed
it's not a TV
show. Go for it. Comics, fine. Yeah, fucking oath.
But
TV show, no.
Yeah. So, anywho, if it is a TV show...
You've heard Age's opinion? Now do it.
All right, so this was a bit of sad news if it's true. A Master Chief and Doomslayer crossover episode was pitched for secret level. Microsoft said no. That would have been so fucking good.
That would have been great.
Say that again, sorry.
Master Chief and Doomslayer crossover.
Who's Doomslayer?
Doomslayer is from... What's the fucking game called? Can't remember.
Turok.
Sure. Either way, anything with Master Chief in it is amazing. So when you get a crossover with him with anything,
will he be wearing his helmet or not?
In this, he's got his helmet on, but it's a snippet from the games.
Everyone will love it.
So this is one that I think we've talked about this before, but so apparently it's official, but you know, everything's official these days. Director Guillermo del Toro has reached an agreement to develop the third film for his Hellboy franchise with Ron Perlman.
I did see this.
Supposedly it's going to be split into two parts. And it will finish off his trilogy, which will focus on Hellboy training his twins alongside his wife Liz until something terrible happens. The only thing that makes me doubt this is that Selma Blair that plays Liz, she has MS now. Okay. She has gotten a lot better, but she's been pretty sick the last few years and stuff.
She's not really in the
but she's a major part of it. She's like his missus who's the kids with and stuff.
They can get creative with these days.
So like,
it wouldn't land the same if they recast it.
No, I'm not saying recast it.
They wouldn't recast her.
But they could be shooting her in ways where
it's you know,
sure. Yeah, I get that.
If she's up to it, I think it'd be fucking great. It's just if she's up to making a 2 fucking part film kind of thing. But I want it. It is one of the best comic book movies made. Hellboy 2 is near perfection in my opinion.
I don't think I've seen this run of Hellboy.
The Golden Army?
No, I don't think I have.
Really?
I think I've seen
the ones with like from back in the like late 2000s, early 2000s or something.
I'll check my internet in a moment.
Yeah,
but I've seen 2 of them.
Yeah,
but I think they were the first 2. The one where like he uses
there is only so there's 3 movies. There's the 4. Oh yeah, sorry, there's 4 now. So there was Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. Yep. Then there was just a Hellboy remake. I don't know if it had another title with it.
No, it was just Hellboy, and it had Thunderbolt.
David Arbor.
Yeah,
it wasn't great.
Right. So maybe okay. So this is the third one for the original 2.
Yes.
Oh no, then I have seen those 2.
Yes. So this is Guillermo del Toro's.
One. Because then they did the one that came out last year.
Yeah, because the first one's where he uses his
Crooked
Man. Yeah.
The first one's when he uses his fist to unlock the door with like the Nazis and shit, and then the second one's with like the elves or something, isn't it?
Yes, the elves, and they unlock the Golden Army.
I know something.
Fantastic films. Like Guillermo del Toro is just
I thoroughly enjoyed those.
Fucking amazing, and that second film is so Guillermo del Toro, but so fucking good. Yep. So good.
100%.
A bit more nostalgia than for everyone. The GameCube logo, I think, was a work of art. It's a cube inside another cube that together form an abbreviated GameCube with G in the body and C in the negative space. It's fucking brilliant. I just thought it was fun. I saw it. It reminded me of nostalgia feels, and I thought I'd share.
Fair enough.
That's what designers do, man. That's their job to make things like that. I see that every day at work.
Well, I don't. I see.
You have a GameCube at work?
I'm about to try and draw dragons in my class tomorrow, and it's not going to go well.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, but it's going to be very poorly drawn.
Doug Liman's upcoming film Deeper, starring Tom Cruise, is planned to be shot in space, with support from NASA and SpaceX.
Oh, like literally shot in space.
Yep.
Oh, you said it's like shot in space. I'm like, ooh, a space movie.
literally.
And then it kind of clicked with me. Oh, actually in space.
Yep, in space. It's not a movie about space. It's in space.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to take a set up there and he'll be in his room.
There you go. I mean, you can fake it and it'd be a lot cheaper. A lot less dangerous, but I know Tom Cruise is a fucking maniac.
You get all the way up there and,
is.
oh, fuck, I forgot the battery for the camera, guys. Fuck.
Yep.
But on the note of Tom Cruise, apparently they're working on Top Gun 3. I think we might have mentioned it the other week. But
yeah, I believe that was my answer then as well.
Yeah. I don't mind if Top Gun 3 comes out. I think he needs to be withdrawn further from the limelight in the movie. Have him in there for a few moments, but like continue with the new cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless they go on with the original concept, like the original concept for number 2 was the whole thing of drones were taking their roles and like humans weren't needed anymore in the area of combat and stuff. And
so they kind of did points there, but no, they didn't. That was just them pulling off moves they didn't think humans could do.
Yeah, and so like that was the original concept, I believe, before Tony Scott died, and then they reworked it into Maverick. So I'd say if they're going to do it, they're probably going to rework that one into the whole thing of like humans aren't needed anymore. And it's like, no, we fucking are, because I'm Tom Cruise and I fly planes fast. Avengers Doomsday is set. A set image confirms Sentinels will appear in the film.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
So I've got 2 more on Doomsday as well. So apparently they're only shooting with the 24 or 26 people that were revealed. The idea behind that was that way they wouldn't have spoilers. And we thought that at the time. They're just going to do that. And apparently they're shooting without a finished script, which I find hard to believe.
Well, so what it would be, it's the same as when they shot Endgame.
There's a finished script, but not everybody has.
Yeah. Apparently Endgame, I remember Sebastian Stan said 5 people had the script, the full script. Like Robert Downey Jr., a couple of other people had the full script. Everyone else got given fake scripts. The only parts that were real were their things, but their things led into different things that weren't real and stuff. So no one actually knew. It was like I remember seeing an interview with Spider-Man. And he said,
"Well, they had to do it for fucking Tom Holland because he was just
Mr.
a
Leak himself."
Yeah. Well, Tom Holland, he said he turned up to the funeral scene, and he's like, "Oh, this is really cool! Like everyone's here and stuff." And he's like, "Where's Robert?" And he's like, "Why isn't Robert here?"
Wow!
And they didn't get told until they were on set what they were filming.
Yeah, see, that goes to show like how movies matter, I guess, too, because like you would think. A lot for some people, and I thought for a long time too, movies were shot chronologically as it happened in the movie. Not go, we're going to shoot the last scene first and all this sort of stuff. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Every movie ever is a one take.
Yeah. It's all logistics.
Not necessarily one take, but it's like, all right, we're going to go set here for the first shot, over here, backwards, forwards, and like.
I know actually, exactly what you mean.
That's not logistically
Well, it's
feasible.
like a fun one for you. A bit of movie trivia. The Revenant, Leonardo DiCaprio's one, where he's in the snow fighting the bear and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Most of that movie was shot over 1 hour periods in the morning.
Wow.
Is that probably because of the climate and stuff?
No, magic hour.
Yeah.
So because they didn't use lights in the entire movie. The entire movie was naturally lit, and magic hour is that 1 hour in the morning, and there's another magic hour in the afternoon as the sun sort of hits that pinnacle and just pops out, and you get just gorgeous light. But it only lasts like an hour most of the time if you're lucky, and so they shot at that time for like a ridiculous amount of days just in the snow.
You wouldn't want to have like Deadpool makeup or something for a movie like that, because that'd be fucked.
No wonder he really wanted an award for that one. Another thing that I seen, I think today or yesterday, about Avengers, which I never knew before, so if you guys do or don't, you can say. With the movies, around the A for the logo, each of the movies has got kind of like a circle which wraps around the A in some way, shape, or form. Whenever they've done their movies, they've done this circle, either a full circle or a half circle. The half circle means that it's going to be split in some way, shape, or form. For example, you had Avengers Infinity War, then Endgame. So Infinity War had a half circle, Endgame had the full circle because it was the finalization of the story, or it completed that arc of the story. So that leads into Doomsday, which has a full circle. So it's meant to be it will be Doomsday, and that's the movie. It doesn't have a part 2.
Secret Wars will have a half circle.
Secret Wars has a half circle, so therefore it's going to have a part 1 and a part 2. Well, that's the thought process. Like, it makes sense for Secret Wars. I thought Doomsday and Secret Wars would kind of be a little more like a 1-2 type thing, but it sounds like, yes, it will lead into it, but it will be its own thing.
That's what I had that impression that they would relate to each other, but they're not directly linked to each other. Like, it's just they're two standalone movies in a way.
Yeah. So that's what they're going to do. So, that's what it seems like they'll do. Doomsday by itself, Secret Wars, 2-part at least.
I saw something else, like another clip that spoke about the Departed movie. And like that, how you said, like, the circles have sort of that different meaning. So apparently in The Departed, every character that dies, at some point there's a close-up of them with like an X somewhere related near them. And it links to the movie poster where like they're all in that X shape. So they're like, you look here, like, see these characters falling, and you'll see the X's.
That's just brilliant directing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking Scorsese. It's just, he's a smart man.
I'm easily impressed.
Two more Marvel-related ones really quickly. So apparently Neve Campbell has been cast as Polaris.
I'll delete that one.
Which is Magneto's daughter. And for those of you younger audience who don't know Neve Campbell is, shame. Scream, Party of Five. Not that you wouldn't know what Party of Five is.
I do.
Scream. She's from Scream. That's all you need to know. And also Wild Things. Was that what it was called? Yeah, Wild Things. And then also Daisy Edgar Jones is reportedly going to play Jean Grey. I don't know. I'm sure I've seen her and stuff, but I don't know who she is.
I know the name, yeah.
That one there.
It's hard with Jean Grey because that one just keeps changing by the fucking day.
The rumors said it was going to be the fucking chick from Stranger Things, and now I just want it to be Sadie Sink.
Yeah.
And that's there was also Dave Bautista, like a Dave Bautista thing of him in Gears of War armor.
That was sick.
But that was apparently it was old, but then but he's done it again, saying that pretty much he's been
old.
Cast.
No,
because he was in number 5. He was in Game 5 as a character.
Or
whatever it was.
This rumor was revealed like last year or something about it. So I think it's just coming around because it's getting closer to release date or shoot date or something.
So I don't know if any of that stuff has really been announced because there's been a movie in the works for a very long time, like 13, 14 years or something like that. And I didn't know if it had actually gotten to the next step of what it needs to do. I mean, I know that they've got another game that's in the works because they released a trailer for that either early or mid to late last year. So there's another game.
Haven't we stopped the aliens by now?
They're not aliens.
There's more aliens. There's a different race, mate.
And there's others.
It's a universe, big place.
Yeah. Big place.
It's like Halo. Like, we stopped them. No, we didn't. Yes, we did. No, we didn't. Yes, we did. No, we didn't.
Anyways, the game is the game that's meant to be coming out. I don't know. Like, I thought it was coming out this year. Might be next year. It's set around Emergence Day, so it's a prequel type game.
Because that I'm okay with that.
Yeah. But there is still a.
I'm glad.
There is still a Gears 6 that needs to be made because they did 4 and 5, which was a story which was set several years after the initial trilogy. They've still got to do number 6. So whenever that happens,
I've never played a game.
Highly recommend. It's a great game.
Dude, it's a gun with a fucking chainsaw on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you get up the aliens and then kick them off and shit.
I prefer me some Crash Bandicoot.
I fucking love Crash Bandicoot, man. It is such a good game. Such a good game.
But in any case, yes, I have seen rumors about Dave Bautista, and he would suit Marcus Phoenix really well.
A lot of the comments I saw is because he doesn't have any muscle anymore.
He'd dropped all his muscle. Yeah, but it'll suit because
but they can just put armor on him and he'll be fine.
Well, that's the thing. Like, Marcus Phoenix is a rig, but you put armor on him and he looks like a really fucking big rig. So. And it's big, heavy armor that they put on. So, yeah, I hope it happens. He'll be great as Marcus Phoenix, as I said. Like, even just like him, his aesthetic to the game, like, it'd be fucking great. So, if it is just a rumor, let's make it not a rumor and fucking give me that movie.
All right, my last one, which is something I don't believe, but I'll say anyway. So everything seems to indicate that the latest Fast and Furious movie has had a change in script due to the poor reception of the 10th. I didn't think it would got that badly.
I heard this as well, yeah.
And so basically the movie will now follow a different plot. Jason Momoa's character will become an ally, not an enemy.
Oh, that's standard.
And then the villain of the movie will be an old one, Carter Verone, who was Cole Hauser, played by Cole Hauser in the second movie. So old
Jesus.
mate, so he's going to come back and he's going to be the one that was working with Dante Ray's father and all that sort of stuff. So he's been in the shadows this whole time, manipulating everything.
If that all happened, I'm sure that we've spoken about this before, whether it was on air or off air, about the Fast and Furious and about, look, you can see how the second part's going to happen because the first one was whatever. And you're like, this is going to happen. Momoa's going to become a friend. There'll be an actual bad guy working in the shadows. They'll find out who he is and then family. And that'll be the fucking movie.
They listened to us.
It's like, no, they didn't listen to us. They knew what they were going to do before they went down another fucking route. They knew. They always had this as a backup.
There was a clip, and I saw someone ask them, like, at what point did Fast and Furious leave reality? And they're like, well, it could be this movie where they're driving around a fuck-ton safe through the city with Dodge Chargers. It could be this one where they do this.
It was pretty much
4. I think it was 5. 5.
No, 4 is where it started going off the rail.
I think because I still...
No, 4. It was definitely 4. 4 was the start of it, where they started that high-speed chase through the mine cart trail things through the cave.
Well, you had
through the mountain.
You had 1 to Tokyo Drift, but then I think you're right. 4 is the one that kicked off us through to episode 29.
Yeah,
like that's what started. I think 4 and 5 were great, and I think
they're all fucking great.
I think they're all watchable, but they're not.
No,
they're not. You know what
great.
I mean? They are what they are. They are what they are.
They know exactly what they are too. That's what makes them great.
It's like the Bad Boys movies. They know what they are. They're going there. It's gratuitous explosions. It's violence. This is just it with cars in stupid situations. Like
I don't know watching that too. Actually, I forgot I watched that.
It's a good movie.
It's not too bad. I enjoyed it. And you're right. It is what it is. Unapologetic for it.
I will be going to watch this when it comes out the movies, and I will be thoroughly enjoying it.
I do concur, sir. I do concur.
I won't be going to the movies, but.
Sorry, AJ and I will go again.
Yeah, we'll go and we'll sit there and be like, yeah, Brock wishes he was here watching Fast and the Furious 22.4.
Yeah, I'll be
and
right.
It's all them in the retirement homes going, yeah, I'm going to get you. No, you're not.
Little rocket boots.
Yeah.
Knocks on the wheelchairs.
Did we talk about the fact they're releasing 28 Days Later for a day in cinemas?
I think you did.
I can't remember if we spoke about it.
I don't know if it was on air, but I remember someone talking to me about it.
No, I don't remember hearing that.
Yeah, so apparently, I don't know how limited or how expansive it is, but yeah, 28 Days Later is coming to cinemas for a day, and
I feel like we always miss out on that.
And then are they releasing the next movie like 28 days after that? One day? Because that would be fucking brilliant marketing.
If they go back to 28 years, we're fucked.
Or even 28 months.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting.
I did see another thing. Apparently, an interview with what's his name, Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yep.
He stated that apparently the original plan for him in the Snyder's DCU was to have him play Flashpoint. Flashpoint Wayne.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
because him and Old Love were Martha and Thomas Wayne. And then yes, there was the whole thing around like as soon as I seen that opening scene, like this is at the start of the movie, I seen that I'm like, they're gonna do Flashpoint. They're going to do Flashpoint. We're going to get fucking him as Batman. She's going to be Joker. That's going to be fucking amazing. That was 2 minutes into Snyder's BVS. I'm like, fuck yes.
So how
I can see the confusion on Zach's face.
How did we just get to here? You were just talking about 28 days and weeks.
Yeah, and then I just brought up a new subject. But it changed.
It was mid-sentence.
It is called Frantic Nerdcast.
Yeah, I'm with it. All right.
So do you know what we're talking about?
Not a clue.
So in Flashpoint, the actual Flashpoint comic, not that pile of shit movie that came out.
No, I know what Flashpoint is. I've seen the Flash TV show.
Yep. So the actual Flashpoint, eventually Flash, he goes back in time, saves his mum, comes back, everything's changed. Yep. The basic storyline is that in the world at the moment, Superman, when he crash landed, he got captured. So there's no Superman.
Yes, I love that world already.
Pretty much the Amazonians and the Atlanteans come to like a mutual agreement and they're all good. Everything's sweet. Aquaman bones Wonder Woman. Mara gets jealous.
I'm fine with this.
And she goes the redheaded chick from the Aquaman movies.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Yeah. She gets jealous and goes to try and kill Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman decapitates her. So the Atlanteans and the Amazonians go to war and pretty much destroy the entire world. And then whilst this is happening, Flash is trying to get his powers back. So he goes to visit Batman, discovers Batman isn't there because Bruce Wayne actually died in the alleyway, not Martha and what's his name?
Thomas.
Thomas.
So Thomas is Batman.
Thomas becomes Batman, but Martha, Batman's mum, loses her mind when Bruce dies, and she becomes the Joker.
I'm all for this.
And the Batman now uses guns and just fucking shoots people.
Yeah, all right. Let's
and
bring
he's just
this
a hard
to the movies.
motherfucker.
I don't give a fuck. Just put that on the movie. I don't need the setup.
Yeah.
Just give me
It's
the
this
movie.
whole thing with the zoom.
It would have been
like reverse flash and stuff. And
it would have been so fucking good. And
like the animated, watch the animated movie. It's fantastic.
So so Jeffrey Dean Morgan would be alongside. I just had to look up her name. It's Lauren Cohen.
Yeah, Lauren
Cohen.
And this was in the Snyderverse of the Snyder cut of
the BVS. No. It's in the original cut as well. The theatrical release.
Oh, Batman vs Superman.
Yeah. So they were introduced
I
in
need
that,
to go back and rewatch that.
and then eventually it was going to lead. It would have been in the alternate world thing, kind of that you see at the end of Justice League.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it would have been all in that, and kind of some point or something would have happened when the Flash had to go back and
I think
change
I put it
things.
on. This is a few years ago, but I'm pretty sure I fell asleep again watching BVS again. So I need to watch it.
The Snyder one or the Whedon one?
I didn't know there was a Snyder one. What? No, Batman vs Superman. Not
Oh,
Justice
Batman
League.
vs. Yeah,
I've watched both.
That was such a disappointment, that movie.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'm biased, but I enjoyed it.
I just couldn't enjoy it because it took so much from Frank Miller's fucking The Dark Knight Returns and just did no justice to it.
For me, it was just you could see they said you knew the plot was coming. They weren't going to fight each. It was like Godzilla vs Kong. You knew they weren't going to fight each other the whole movie. They were going to team up and take on the actual bad guy.
But have you heard what was meant to happen
No.
after all this?
No.
So in the Justice League 2 and 3, basically that world that you see at the end where like with the parademons and all that kind of shit and Batman's in his fucking jacket
And Jared Leto.
and Superman's a prick. Apparently that was all meant to happen because Batman banged Lois and got her pregnant. That's why when the Flash comes back, he's like, Lois is the key, save Lois. It's because she gets pregnant from Batman and Superman has a hissy fit and accidentally kills her. And that's what sends him into turn into a psychopath and stuff.
So I knew there was that element to it, but I didn't quite know. I figured they were going down the injustice route. The injustice route is awesome.
Me.
So that was the route they were going, and essentially if the Flash can travel back like he does in BVS once every year.
Okay.
And so that's him.
Right, so they're putting some restrictions on it.
So he could only travel back once a year, and they could only do it at certain points in the world and stuff like this.
Because in
apparently
his
Snyder
movie,
has the entire thing storyboarded.
I would love to look
This
at that.
upsets me because some of these ideas are fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd love to watch
It would have
this
been.
shit.
It would have been great to watch. It would have been really, really good to watch. I want them to release it. His storyboard, as like a storyboard comic. It would be fucking
that'd be
amazing.
sick.
It would be awesome.
That would be very, very good. Very, very enjoyable. I would read the shit out of that. I'd hang that on my wall.
Fucking A. Fucking A.
Can I change gears and talk about the rabbit hole I've been down since last week?
Absolutely.
Like because I know exactly where you're going with this. So let's actually put a tag at the start of this.
Gaming.
So last week we spoke about our content creators, and I spoke about one Deep Pocket Monster. And fuck, has he sent me down a rabbit hole? Holy fuck! Not only have I basically binged every single challenge he's done, all the binder challenges. There's some. It's quite entertaining. The Gengar one was fantastic. So first of all, I'll stick with that point. So the Gengar one, he went out and tried to collect every English version of Gengar by Halloween. So I don't know when the exact date started, but he had a few months to go and collect every single English version copy of a Gengar card. So my question to you guys is, if you could collect a master set of one Pokemon, what would it be? I know what mine is, and I'm actually contemplating starting it by going to Collector.com when it comes back and starting it there.
Have fun with that. It's going to cost you a fucking fortune.
Not really, because the Pokemon I'm after isn't going to be that expensive.
No, there will be expensive cards. There's expensive cards for all the pricks. That's a good question. It'll be in the 151.
Yeah, mine's in 151.
I would have to probably go with... Mine would probably either be Gyarados or Cubone.
Gyarados is a pretty good pick. Why Cubone?
I just like Cubone.
Fair enough.
It's a cool looking character. It's just like the skull on its head, like little nice rounded body, the fucking little bone in its hand.
I can't remember if it's
just for giggles, I go Farfetch'd.
I can't remember if it's Cubone or Marowak in the mobile TCG game. It's got a wicked art. Like he's just standing on the old art, standing on a beach, standing there, just sort of looking up to the sky.
Oh, it's the Cubone one.
The Cubone one, and then off in the background, it's like a night and day type scene. But if you draw into the night and day type scene, it's one of the Pokemon within a Pokemon. So it's the Turtonator alt card in one of them, and I can't remember who's the alt in the other one. But it's them like way off in the background. You have a look at them, you have a look at the other alts, you're like, oh yeah, that's sweet. Like really cool done. And like it's good art to start with, and then you see that and how it ties in. You're like, oh, that's even better. Sorry, sidetrack. For me, I would probably have to go with Bulbasaur. Not Bulbasaur, Squirtle.
My Bulbasaur.
I was go with Squirtle. That was very first time I picked up the game, played the game. That was the Pokemon I selected when you get your selection of 3. So I reckon it would be Squirtle. And
mine is the exact same reason. The first time I played through Red was with Bulbasaur, and he's just been my favourite ever since. I enjoyed him in the TV show. We've just Ash has just caught him at school. We're watching the original series on Netflix at the moment since we're stuck inside.
That's right. And he's a prick, isn't he?
No,
he doesn't want to do any, like he doesn't want to battle and stuff like that.
No. So Bulbasaur in the show,
that's Charizard.
It's Charizard. Squirtle's part of the Squirtle squad.
Yeah, that was the best episode. Just having like 6 Squirtles sitting there going, Squirtle. He puts a sunglass on, Squirtle.
But no, Bulbasaur is the one where he's at like sort of this old love's out in the middle of the bush and like looks after all the sick ninja Pokemon. He's like the protector of them, and she's like, no, he must go and live his life and that sort of stuff. But yeah, like so I've gone down Pokemon like. So Saturday night, I downloaded an emulator, found Pokemon Red, accidentally started with Charmander. I'm like, oh, well, that's not a bad thing. I'll play through. Finished the game in a couple of days, fucking smashed it out. It was so much fucking fun. Going through.
Have you played any of the modern Pokemon games?
No, and so again,
they're not as fun.
They're not. They're hard. Not hard. Sorry, they're harder to get your head around because they put so much into them. Like one of the later one that I played was I think it's Sun and Moon. So I got one of those and I played through that. I finished like the main like story arc that you've got to do. And there's elements where you have to like go and like care for your Pokemon. So you go into this place. When you're in this place, you can give them like certain beans. And you can brush them and all that sort of stuff. I'm just like...
all that side hustle shit.
Yeah, I know that they're trying to like capitalize on some of the games like fucking, I don't know, I think it's Animal Crossing where you can go look after animals or some shit like that. They're trying to capitalize on that element for kids, which probably good for them.
Yeah.
But then you don't need it for the game.
Bring
which
back
is good.
the biggest decision you had to make was which Pokemon did you put the TM on?
Yeah.
Exactly. That was the biggest decision you had to make.
Oh, and your selection of the 3.
I need Cut so I can get through these fucking trees.
I tell you what, though.
Oh, no, I need Slam to get through the fucking boulders, but I can't put it on that Pokemon. But if I put it on that Pokemon, I've got to have it in my 6 all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the issue I had with Red was some of the like quality of life things in the game was improved so much for the next gen. Like, going to cut a tree, you couldn't just walk up the tree and push the button. You had to open your Pokemon, go into it, do that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Your bag space was fucking nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what TMs? Do I sell it? Do I just use it on the Pokemon? Do I put it in my thing? Like if it goes in the PC, it's never coming out again.
Oh, that wasn't what was it? What were the ones that gave you
HMs?
HMs. That was it.
Yeah,
HMs.
But yeah, so finished that. I think I caught 100.
Did you get missing though?
No, because the glitch wasn't in the emulator.
Which is fair enough.
But there was a glitch where you could catch Mew, but unfortunately I went past that point and I was like, I'm not going to restart this. And they're like, you can trade between that like 2 emulators running, but I couldn't figure out how to work. It just wasn't working probably, so I just gave up. So basically I caught everything bar the Pokemon that weren't on Red and the Pokemon that needed trades, except somehow my Kadabra evolved through leveling, not through trading. I didn't complain. And yeah, I ended up beating the Elite Four with Gyarados, Charizard, Dragonite, who was it? Articuno, Moltres, and there was one more, I can't think of it, but it was effectively, it was all like legendary Pokemon and dragons. So it was pretty sweet.
You know, I know we're talking about Pokemon, but another really good Game Boy game that came out, there was 2 or 3 of them, were the Dragon Ball Z games.
Never played them.
They followed the Dragon Ball Z series, and they played pretty much, they were like exactly Pokemon, like that style of gameplay where you move your character around and stuff. But when you fight, you're actually running around on the board and you're like shooting little laser beams out and stuff. And you can turn Super Saiyan. Really, really fun game. So if you've got an emulator, get the Dragon Ball Z games. There was 3 of them, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if I played
that. They were really, really good fun.
Heard of them.
Really good fun.
But back to your question on the new Pokemon, the biggest issue I have with like the current games is just the layout. I want, as you said, the top down, look around, moving around, going through things. The real world aspect sort of puts me off. But at the moment...
Yeah, you get used to it pretty quick.
But that's not as fun.
Yeah, my current aim is to play through one game of each gen. So I'm currently on Crystal, halfway through that.
Did you go yellow?
No, I went red.
Because yellow is just fucking annoying.
No, yellow's
essentially they took blue and red and smashed them together, and Pikachu followed you around.
Generation, I knew what yellow was. Yeah, I played it back in the day, and it was fun. I was half tempted because then I could have all 3 starters. But I was like, I just don't want Pikachu.
I've got it sitting around here I got blue and yellow sitting around here somewhere because I got yellow with the gold edition Pokemon with the Game Boy Pocket.
But yeah, so I'm it's a down a Pokemon fucking rabbit hole. Actually thinking about collecting that master set because I looked into it. There's not that many Bulbasaur cards. A lot of them are common, so they're pretty rare, pretty easy to get your hands of, and even the fancy ones aren't because it's a Bulbasaur stage 1. It's not super well.
Some of them I think can get up there.
Yeah, some of them can be.
Depends what you're looking at.
And again,
but again, I'm not going first edition. You're only going Bolt. You're not going Evolutions. Okay?
No, but the first edition Bulbasaur that'll still be
like
the expensive
$50,
one. Yeah, but like the others will be, some of the current sets that are at it's $1.
That's all right. That's it. It's happening.
Fuck,
we're doing it. We're doing it. Well, I'm going Cubone.
Yep. So you've got 3 cards to collect. Cool.
Actually, no, I'm going to go Gyarados just because I've got a really nice Gyarados already. Sure. It's been graded. So
see, I gave away all my cards, so I was starting to scratch. But this is why. So I thought when Collecticon comes around, actually we have a purpose to go. We can do like one of those binder challenges where we set ourselves $50 or whatever, and we've got to go around and just make the best binder we can out of Pokemon, and then we can put it up and show everything. So
yeah, that'll be fun. One thing from the old games to new games that they do now as well is when you get your starter, you've obviously got your rival that gets their starter as well. So
Gary.
So when we did it, like red, blue, yellow, whatever, if you got Squirtle, they got Bulbasaur. Squirtle's weakness. If you got Charmander, they got Squirtle. Charmander's weakness. Nowadays, swap it around. If you were to pick Charmander in today's thing, they would get Bulbasaur. Make it easier when you're versing them in the
Nah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, they did it because when we were going through it, I'm like, oh yeah, like playing through the modern game. I'm like, oh, this is pretty easy. Like I remember these battles being kind of hard with the rival when we were going through them because they always had something that was going to fuck you up.
Well, so the differences I found between Red and Crystal so far, and it could just be the emulator made it a bit easier, but Red was pretty easy to level and go through the battles, where Crystal, I fucking died at Gym 2 because the Miltank just rolled through me. Gym 3, I think it's Gym 3 is Ghost. So fucking Gengar just come out, put me to sleep, and eat my dreams, and everything's one hit KO. It turns out all the Pokemon were leveling were either fighting or had normal attacks, so it didn't do any damage to it this time. Yep. So I'm like, well, this fucking shit. I actually go and grind stuff.
Yeah.
But the beauty of an emulator, you just hold the space bar and it speeds up. So I'm just going Pokemon, leveling Dratini from 1 to like 55 took like 30 minutes. It was brilliant.
Yeah, okay.
That's just cheating.
Yeah, I didn't do the rare candy cheat. I actually leveled it. I put time in.
Oh god.
But yes, as I said, on the weekend I did a bit of shopping, bought AJ some Robotech. I kind of bought my Brock booster pack, which I'll talk about in a moment. But yeah, I bought the podcast a couple of packs of Pokemon cards. So we're going to open them up and throw them on the reels and things and see if we get hits. The community will probably tell us the cards we've got are better than what we think they are. But yeah, it's started. I said, I'm just down a rabbit hole and I'm trying to get myself out.
Nice.
By buying more stuff.
Yeah, exactly. just committing to it. Just go with the flow.
Yep.
But yeah, that leads me on to TCGs itself. So we started to play a bit of Hero Academia out there this afternoon.
Yeah, so Universes. The game's actually called Universes, but they very smartly released the My Hero Academia sets as their own game, technically, even though it's universes. The game is universes, but they released it as My Hero Academia.
That's right. And there's different sets. Like there was like a Godzilla set or something.
There's Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Mega Man.
So are they interchangeable? So like you could Godzilla. Yeah. Okay.
So when they did My Hero Academia, they released formats for competitive play where it's just My Hero Academia, or they do it as like universes where you can have any cards from sets back to a certain part, a certain time and stuff. And it is one of the best TCGs out there, man.
My first opinion of playing the game was it's definitely one after playing it, I can see how it works, and actually understanding what my deck does will be a benefit. But there's a few phases there where I think for the casual person coming looking in, they're going to look at it and go, nuts.
There's a lot to sort of take in with a lot of different steps and stuff and cards that do certain things and stuff. But it's once you play it once, it's
as I say, once I played a few more times, I'm like, all right, sweet, I know this, I understand the timing and the pace of the game, and it's going to be a lot better. But I think it's one. The artwork is fantastic on the cards you have; they're brilliant. But I think it's one of those ones where I think it might struggle to get casuals in unless they're a fan of that.
Well, it's just
system.
The game. Well, the system's been out 20 years or something like that. It's a very old system. It was like one company had it. They sold the rights to it to, I think, Fantasy Flight Games had it for a while. They sold the rights to Jazzco Games, and that's who's had it since. And they've done a great job with it. But it's never been a big game. I've tried to get people into it many a times, but never happened. Then once the My Hero Academia set came out, it's all been a lot easier to get the game. It was very hard to get the game in Australia, but it's been very easy to get it and stuff. I've got a metric fuck ton of Mega Man cards as well.
Yeah.
But it's a great game.
But I find that what they do is they'll release sort of like I can't remember what they call them, but the set, like you mentioned, the Godzilla and Tekken.
Yeah, so they've been doing what do they call it?
I can't remember what they call it. They're like a versus set or a.
Essentially, it's just a deck. You buy a built deck, but the only problem is the prices are fucking pricey for them. They're like $40 a deck.
Yeah. So
that's XE, man, when it comes to TCGs.
So I scored a special for the Godzilla. So I've got the Godzilla set.
Do you?
I've got the both decks for Godzilla.
Was it Mothra? It was Godzilla.
No, it was Mecha Godzilla. Mothra's in one of them, and I think there's another
because they had booster packs for that set as well.
They do, yes. Yeah. So there's a few that you can collect and whatnot.
Because I wanted to get the Vox Machina ones.
That would be cool.
They're pretty much sold out now.
And the ones that you can get are
they were XE. Yeah, I think it was like $120 for the 3 fucking boosters for the 3 packs.
Yeah, and that's what they do. They'll bring out like a deck, a pre-built deck, and they'll have some booster packs with them to collect like an extra 20 cards or something like that.
They call them DLCs for it, like deck loadable content. That's it.
But when you
because they did a Xenoscope one, which I wanted, but it was like $40 for 12 cards or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's right. Because when you buy them, you get all of them, don't you? It's not like the Pokemon.
If you buy the DLC ones, you get all, like they give you 6 cards and they'll give you 4 copies of each card kind of thing. And the decks are just like they're pre-built decks. So you might get 1 copy of one card and 4 copies of another card kind of thing.
And when they're doing booster boxes, they've only done a couple of them. So they've done My Hero. I think they did Attack on Titan.
There's 2 Attack on Titan boosters from memory. I think My Hero's up to like 6 booster. Godzilla got 1.
I don't think Godzilla got 1.
But it's the same as there's a card game called Weischwarz, which is a Japanese card game, and they do like the Vi side of things, which is like the waifu animes and stuff like that, and then the Schwartz side of things is like all your Attack on Titans and stuff like that. And so, but they do a set, so they'll release usually I think it's 1 starter set, 1 starter deck, and 1 booster box, and then like it's a limited run. They'll release X amount of boxes for all the stores, and then that's it. All got to do with licensing rights. Yeah. And so they can't release those decks again.
I remember you saying that before, because like they buy the rights for like a year or whatever, print what they can, and then they just let it go. So
and so it's actually really, especially in English, it's really hard to get full sets of anything or like decent amount of cards of them, because you can usually only buy like 1 booster box or something like that. But it's a fucking Weischwarz, fucking great game. Yes.
But then, so as I mentioned before, I was a bit of a dumbass on the weekend. So went out on the explicit goal of buying a few packs for the podcast, and then picking AJ up some Robotech DVDs I found at a secondhand bookshop. And Brock sends me a message going, "Oh, if they have a pre-release Star Wars set, which I have here in my hot little hands." Brock's like, "Yeah, pick one up." I'm like thinking, okay, no worries, Brock, I'll get you that for you. And no, he wanted me to buy it for myself. So now I have Star Wars. So it's great. I look forward to opening it. So again, I'm going to open some of them on stream and show the pools I get.
For those who haven't played this game, Star Wars, so this is Fantasy Flight Games released this one. Mm-hmm. It is called Star Wars Unlimited. It is the fourth.
That one, this
is the fourth Star Wars card game that's come out, I think, from memory. So there was
the original set as well.
Star Wars CCG, which came out years and years ago by Decipher. It was a really good game. They lost a license to it, so they re-released the game as a game called Wars. I think, and then I believe from memory there was there might have been another one, but then Fantasy Flight Games had their living card game, which was a Star Wars card game, which was really good.
Yep.
This borrows a lot from. Mm-hmm. And then they had their Star Wars Destiny, which was their dice one, which is actually a pretty fun game, but they kind of broke it. By the end, they'd kind of just power creep the fuck out of it. And then this one's came out last year.
Oh, last year, maybe late the year before.
This is fucking fantastic. Fantastic game. So basically, you build a deck, you get a hero and a location, and that hero gives you two colors, and the location gives you another color. And from those three colors, you can essentially build your deck of cards that have those colors. And you're building decks with land units and air units. And when you play a card in either air or land, and you're fighting your opponents on that side and destroying the bases and stuff. And it's very strategic. Yeah. Lots of fun.
Yep.
Lots of pretty cards. And they do
artwork is awesome.
They do shiny cards, but then they also do non-shiny cards that are full art versions and stuff, and just, really nice cards, really good fun.
By the looks of it, you can get a foil on pretty much any card, but yeah, some of the full arts are incredible.
But they've also gone the Magic the Gathering route, where they have released their Carbon Edition, where a booster box is $400 for a booster box of these cards, and they're all shiny, special cards.
You sure that wasn't the normal box just being expensive?
No.
Boxes went fucking expensive straight away.
That's what Magic the Gathering does. They release like their cards, and every card in it is a good card kind of thing. It's all shiny and fucking limited edition stuff, and they've done that with this and it's called the Carbon Edition.
I've seen the ones for the Spider-Man pack that comes out like later in September this year.
I think,
and it was like $7.99 or something.
Yeah, like Secret Layers. But they release normal versions of those as well. Yeah. But I
think the normal box was like $300.
Yeah, Magic, but you get a lot of cards in those booster boxes and stuff, and they're like 15 card packs.
Yeah, so this is Jump to Lightspeed, which is the fourth iteration of Unlimited, or not iteration, but the fourth set released. Yep. And they've got another set which releases in July, which would be the fifth one, and I've forgotten what it's called. But yeah, it's great.
And this set's got a soaker in it, I think, or that actually was a set before.
The next one, actually, it's like something about the Jedi, like the Light of the Jedi might be the name of the next set, and on the box is actually Ahsoka. So
that's that one, because they announced it at Gen Con.
Yeah. So I'm sure that'll be a little more Jedi heavy compared to the other sets.
But it's a great game. I highly recommend it to anyone who's interested in card games. Even if you're not interested in card games, get it. The starter sets were really balanced, we found when we bought the starter sets.
Very balanced. I think the starter, like you get a starter box for about $60. It gives you 2 decks, tokens, rules, a couple other things. Yeah. The tokens are basically paper. And they're balanced enough that you have a look through your cards, you work out what they do, and you play through them. I think we played a few rounds, using both decks, and each one was like close. Like it got down to the wire in each one. So,
and it plays quick too, which is always good for a TCG that plays quick.
Yep.
Any other card games you want to know about, mate? Anything else you want to spend your money on?
No, I was looking there at good games. I'm like, card games. I'm like, I definitely won't be getting back into Magic.
No, fuck Magic.
Only because I've got a bunch of decks there, but like I just know they will be just power creeped out of the game by now. Like they'll be useless.
We played a game where I had a championship deck. So this is a deck of a guy who won the World Championships
before. Yeah,
he played with just a thing we threw together.
No, it was a current starter set,
and fucking wiped me.
Yeah.
Wiped me.
And it was kind of like maybe the draw was bad. 1, 2, 3, done. oh, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, done. Like it was back to back to back to back. I think we got through about 6 hands in 40 minutes and you got decimated.
And that's what upset me because back in the day, me and my mates got into it quite heavy, and like I bought some cards to make a few decks, and the fact that much money was spent and they're going to be worthless now, I won't touch the game. The other one I kind of want to get in. Just
quickly on Magic, the one thing I do find is fun is the what were those booster boxes that we got? It's the jump start boosters, I think they might be called.
No, they were
whatever they're called, but the idea is you get I think it's 24 packs.
They'll drafting boosters.
Yeah, draft boosters. So basically you get 2 packs, open them up, shuffle them together, and then you verse someone who's done the same. That was a really fun, cool concept. So that was simple and whatnot. You pick them up cheap enough. Like I think we got the boxes because they were towards the end of the run and they were cheap as. They were either $20 a box or $40 a box. You basically get 12 decks that you can change around.
And the financial year is probably going to happen again.
Exactly.
They'll probably be doing a lot of sales.
And that is a good, simple way to not spend much money on Magic and have some fun doing it.
Yeah. Because I know they do it a lot in America. I'm sure they do it somewhere in Australia too, but like they do those nights, especially on like release nights where they'll do like a draft set where everyone buys their booster box or whatever, and they make the deck out of the cards they get there and play.
That's what that is.
Yeah, pre-release. So most cards, Pokemon do it all the time. I've been to a lot of Pokemon ones. That's essentially what this is. So you buy, you go there, $50, you get this, and you get 6 packs in it, and you just build a deck out of the 6 packs, and you play usually like 3 games. And usually what will happen is for every game you win, you get another booster pack or something like that.
Yeah, I'd be keen to go to one of those. Like the Pokemon would be pretty keen at the moment. Like if it was to happen soon.
See, my problem is I hate playing at shops and stuff, playing against people, those things, because some people just. They're fucking so annoying.
The Gundam pre-releases
pre-releases are usually pretty good because everyone's playing with the same card set.
Yeah,
and you're playing with what you got.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'd go to one of these. I wouldn't go in there and just play like Friday Night Magic because the neckbeards and the smells in those places aren't fun. I like to play people that bathe. But yeah, it's. I feel like I'm getting into the TCG sort of feel at the moment because
it's fantastic because I love war games to death, but TCGs you can be like, this, for example, something this big, you can carry like four decks for 4 different games and you can play for 4 hours with those 4 decks.
But standing in at good games, looking at the shops, like at the cards, Pokemon sort of got my eye only because of everything that's happening at the moment. It wouldn't get into Magic, probably wouldn't get into the Yu-Gi-Oh ones again.
No, fuck Yu-Gi-Oh.
One Piece is probably the only other one that sort of has caught my eye, but that's only because I'm a One Piece fanatic.
We tried to play it.
We played it when it first came out with some starter stuff that got released on Tabletop Simulator.
The gameplay wasn't that great.
Yeah,
I feel like I'd get into it just for collecting, just because I want One Piece.
There are some nice cards, but it's also a very expensive card game.
Very, 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 very nice cards. Because we played it on Tabletop because it was after My Hero, but not long after. So we thought, hey, we're spending enough money on this. Let's have a play before we actually go and dive into it. And very glad we did.
I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to film some episodes for the channel of playing some of my other card games that I've got that just don't get out very often, because I've got decks for like the Dragon Ball Z card game built. I've got My Little Pony card game decks built.
See, I'd even do that with like deck builders and stuff that we've been playing with and stuff like that. Like I'd love to film Dynamite Nurses and put that up on the channel and those sorts of things.
Battletech decks, Spycraft, Mythos,
all sorts of old school stuff.
Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth.
We'll have to get into
heaps
it.
Of them.
Get a few of them, put them up on the channel.
Yeah, good fun.
You must be a good husband, because fuck Amy lets you keep some shit around this house.
Beautiful.
But yeah, I said I'm getting into it. I have a feeling I probably will start like
Gundam.
with some Pokemon. Gundam. If I want to stay on the podcast, I have to play Gundam. Yeah. That's how I get off probation.
Probably need to sort that pre-order out, because I have seen a couple places have sold out of pre-orders already.
But yeah, I think I'm looking forward to Collecticon and going and actually maybe starting a targeted Pokemon collection.
You've got to get your Bulbasaur collection going, and you've got to get Squirtle. I'm getting Gyarados.
Fuck. My issue is, until then, I don't know where to buy single cards in Newcastle, because Good Games don't do it.
Buy them online.
Yeah, but
no, Good Games has got a single station.
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know where it is in the shop, but they definitely have it because I see them post all the time
it's
about
in
it
that
being
little,
down.
There's like a little room off to the side. You can go in there and stuff.
Yeah, so you can definitely. I don't know what's available, but they definitely have something. But yeah, you go online. There's heaps of places.
After this episode, I may be able to even give you some, mate.
Join
I just feel like
some groups too on Facebook. Yeah. Typically, get on Facebook, you'll find a lot of people who are either selling or chasing singles. If you go out and say I'm chasing fucking any of Bulbasaur, I'm sure you'll be able to get some.
Because I just feel like Pokemon's probably also is just a well-rounded set to collect as well for access, additions, and then also like kids coming through. It's going to be something easy that they can relate to and show them what it is and stuff like that. So yeah,
can't touch. It's on the shelf.
No, there'll be
you can look.
There'll be cards for kids, cards for dad.
Yeah, it hurts my soul when my eldest has these big. Every now and then he'll buy Pokemon packs or Yu-Gi-Oh packs, and you just look at the cards and you just look at him touch them, and you're bending the corners.
Yeah, the kids at school come them and I'm
put
like,
them in sleeves. Put them in sleeves. Anytime you get to night, like one that's even like resembles shiny, I'm like, give me that card now. I put it in a sleeve. I put it in a top load. I'm like, there you go, mate. You can have that one back.
And then he learns how to play Frisbee.
And then if he luckily he hasn't gotten anything that's really good yet. But if he gets one that's really good, I'm going to be taking that straight away and be like, sorry, bud, that one's going away. We're getting that graded and you ain't touching it.
this is your 18th birthday present.
Yep.
But yeah, like you see some of the cards that kids have at school. I'm just like, I really hope they're fake. Because if they were real, I'm just, even the shit cards, I'm like, that's just not good. It's just not good.
It happens.
Any other card stuff you want to know about, mate, that we can fill you in on?
No, I'm just, yeah.
There are some really good games that are currently out. There's one called Grand Archive, which is really, really good. It's like an anime themed one. Really good fun play. I've got a couple of decks we can have a playthrough one day. It's a new one that they've got new sets coming out every now and then. Shadowverse. It's a phone one that's been out for a long time, but they actually released a real physical version of it.
I'm gonna hit Brock up after this for the Pokemon card game on the phone and start playing that.
Welcome to your toilet time.
My wife will not be happy, but
it's prolonged my poops for many a minutes.
Oh God!
Just sitting there going, "Yep, I'll have a battle before I get off the toilet." And that's 5 battles later. I probably should get off the toilet now.
One of the Deep Monsters narrating his videos is like, oh, and thanks to everyone watching this video. And if you watch it on your phone, you're probably on the toilet. And thanks for that. Make sure you wash your hands when you're done with this. I'm like, you're right. I am on the toilet watching you.
How did you know? Because everyone is.
No, I'll stick with the 3 I'm sort of invested in at the moment: Star Wars, Gundam, and Pokemon.
We got to build some of the Star Wars light speed decks. I think that's what they call it. It's like
you know
what other one you're going to spend money on?
Oh fuck.
The League of Legends card game.
Oh fuck yeah.
That comes out at the end of the year.
I forgot about that. I'm balls deep.
So that one,
I forgot about it already. I'm already.
That one is more aimed at what like Magic the Gathering calls Commander. Is like the 4-player format. Yeah, it's more aimed at multiplayer apparently.
Yeah, excellent.
So I'll be spending money on that.
I'll have the best deck and be the first one out because everyone will just target me as normal. So that's fine.
Yeah, that's about it.
No, I play Warhammer still, so I have already a very expensive hobby, even through China. So
add to it.
At least the one thing about cards is cardboard. Like minis, you can be like, sometimes you can be like, I've got a mini this big. I can kind of justify the amount of money I spend on that sometimes. This one, you're holding one card. Yeah. It's just a piece of paper and you're like, I can't really justify this to myself. But then if you just put that to the back of your mind and then push it all the way down, you can justify it.
Just sell one every now and again. It's okay.
So yeah, again, like watching these
problem is you don't sell them.
You're meant to sell them?
I've seen you two. You don't sell.
Correct.
AJ might give away occasionally, but he doesn't sell.
Because he's got 18 of them.
Yeah. But yeah, again, like the value for some of these cards just gets me like with Pokemon. I don't know, is it because of rarity or is one of them?
No, the Pokemon thing is just fucking stupid. If you're gonna collect like these sets, I like what you've got us doing here of just collecting fucking just random basic cards and shit. The whole buying and selling shit for Pokemon is just fucking ridiculous. They're all idiots, and the cards aren't worth what they're selling them for. It's just stupid idiots buying and selling to each other.
But
and taking the cards away from the people who actually want the cards to fucking play.
And a lot of the pricing that you see on those as well is people who have a format where they can sell it for that amount. Like your average person isn't going to necessarily sell it for that amount.
And this thing, so like you're looking at it, but why are some cards expensive ones? Because like in Magic, it's usually rarity times and effective.
Basically rarity in this.
Playability in the game.
Supply and demand. That's all Pokemon is supplying.
Because like there's the Moonbryon card, which I don't know what set it's from, but it's one of the new ones.
The Shining
Skies. Maybe?
Shining Skies.
Or is that the latest one?
It's from one. It's relatively recent, in the last year or so it's come out. But like that's going for over like $600 American. I'm like, is that just because of the rarity, the look of the card? Because it looks pretty cool.
Looks have nothing. There are some fucking amazing art cards out there worth like fucking 12 cents.
Because then like you got the trainer cards and things, and again like they're usually like, for me the trainer cards would be expensive because of playability wise. They're going to make your decks better. But
playing has nothing to do with Pokemon anymore.
Yeah, I feel like Pokemon cards really is just all about the collecting side of it.
Nothing to do with playing.
When they release the boosters, they'll more or less come out and say, with the booster boxes and these Pokemon sets, here are your chase cards. And so straight away people go out chasing those cards. Like the people selling the booster boxes are saying, go chase these cards. They chase them, they get them, and then they go, right, I got the chase card that the company told me to get, so now let's sell it for $1 million. Like that happens straight away.
And that's the side of thing I was like, because I said like my only really experience with Magic as a TCG as an adult was Magic, and that's usually rarity times playability and functionality in the deck. That's what's going to
Magic is very much on playability and rarity.
But like I said, some of the cards are fun to see them going expensive for, and I do like the concept at times that Pokemon put like secret rares in the cards and it's not announced in the set list and it's an extra one. So that's kind of cool.
That's a big Japanese thing. A lot of the Japanese card games have like SRs that are just mentally hard to get, and a lot of them have like gold foil signature cards that are like mental hard to get and like super valuable in the aftermarket and stuff.
But it's been a fun week for me in the Pokemon rabbit hole, and I'll continue. I'll go home, and this weekend I'll finish Crystal and figure out what's the next edition after that to go and play. So
Gold and Silver, maybe.
No, it's Gold. Crystal is the third edition of Gold and Silver. So
sure.
I've got to work out what the third gen is. So
anything else?
Probably.
All right. Well, we'll think of it and we'll tell you next week. And on that note, we will see you next week. Until then, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and check out the reels. I thought you were leading to an
announcement then. And next week we're going to have a guest or something.
No.
I thought you were going somewhere with it as well.
No, I don't go anywhere.
All right. See you next week, guys.
We'll see you next week, guys. See ya.
Catch up.
Stay frantic.
Hey, guys. Thanks for listening to Frantic Nerdcast.
You can find all our latest news and information on Facebook or at franticnerdcast.com.
You can find us on Instagram at Frantic Nerdcast. Find AJ at Weird Art by AJ. Find Zach at Frantic Kaz and myself at Frantic Brock.
Please make sure to head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe for more YouTube-only content like Sequelize It and Plays Games.